Hello, my name is Deanna Moore, and I am a certified master practitioner of neurolinguistic programming and a master hypnotist. I am also a former Jehovah's Witness, born in fifth generation. I spent 38 years in the religion and 20 of those in full-time service. So I know a lot about coming out and recreating your life after Jehovah's Witnesses. Just as kind of a little backup, I became certified in the neurolinguistic programming about 20 years ago when I was actually still in the religion. And at that time, I lived in Utah, where a lot of my clients were actually ex-Mormon. And so these ex-Mormons would come to me and they'd go, you probably don't understand this, but we just left our religion and nobody's talking to me and I don't know how I fit into the world and I don't know, I feel lost. And so, it was kind of a paradox that here I am, one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and my clients were asking me for cult recovery. So I had created this program where I helped them fit in, where I helped them recreate their future, let go of the trauma and the anger and the resentment for the lost years in their religion, never imagining that one day I was going to need that for myself. So at 38 years old, I was accused of being an apostate. I actually wasn't. You can watch my life story. I have it on here if you want. And I lost everything, as you know, my family, my friends, my community, my job, everything. And I pretty much had nothing but a backpack and the knowledge that I had of the neurolinguistic programming and the cult recovery. And at the same time, I had also dived a little bit into manifesting and the law of attraction, which, was considered kind of demonic by our religion. But at the time that I was learning it, I looked at it through the lens of the neurolinguistic programming, which is really a tool that helps you understand the power of the mind and the power of the unconscious mind and how that helps you create your beliefs and how your beliefs create reality. And as I looked at the law of attraction and manifesting through this lens of psychology, it made sense to me. I remember even at the time, I remember thinking, this is how Jehovah's going to bring us to perfection. But so here I am, and I find myself with nothing except this teeny bit of knowledge. So I had to decide, would I just give up, roll over, die? Because honestly, I kind of wanted to. I'd lost everything. Or would I recreate my future using these tools that I had at my disposal? I realized that the other option, the easy way out, was always an option. And so I really had nothing to lose because I had already lost everything. So I started coaching myself. I started reprogramming myself. I dove deep into everything that the religion forbade, everything that was demonic and forbidden. I dived headfirst into, and I found a treasure trove of knowledge that I never knew existed. It did build upon what I thought might have existed, but the truth is that coming out of the religion exploded my box and allowed me to recreate my life. In 6 years, I went from a backpack and absolutely nothing to a net worth of $1 million. And I was able to retire to South America. I will actually say semi-retired because the truth is I'm too young to totally retire. And now I get to do what I was meant to do, what I was trained to do by the religion, which is teach. I love teaching. And now I get to teach about the power of the mind and the power of your beliefs. I get to empower people to create a new life, even if you wasted 38 years in a cult. There are tools and there are things that you can do to transform your life no matter where you are right now at this second. Now, these YouTube videos, you can watch YouTube videos, you can even read books, but a lot of people still stay stuck. And I want to explain the reason why. So this is kind of going to be something that is part of our religious upbringing, part of coming out of the cult. Therapy, coaching, asking for help. We come from a background where all that was pretty taboo, right? But you are ready to rocket ship, hopefully, to the next level. And the truth is that any high performer in any category, whether it be a business professional, a sports professional, anybody who is a high performing, successful person has a coach. They have somebody that teaches them and guides them. And here's the reason why. Knowledge in YouTube videos and books and so forth is made for the masses. And you are not the masses. Your beliefs, your background, your gifts, your dreams for the future, your goals, your circumstances, all of that creates a unique blueprint that is specifically you. So if you're having a hard time watching these videos and then applying it in your life, it's probably because of this unique blueprint that a video can't cover. So I make these videos for the masses so that you can have the information. But if you're ready to take yourself to the next level, please feel free to send me an email because I do offer private coaching. I am going to be offering courses that you can download if that might help, if that's what something people are interested in. But if you feel like you're ready to have some personalized individual attention, please feel free to send me an email. And I'd like to point out one other thing too. If you really want to dive into the topics that transformed my life, I do have another YouTube channel at Manifesting Minds. That YouTube channel really doesn't talk a lot about religion, but it talks about the science of manifesting. It talks about the power of the mind and the power of your beliefs. So if you'd like to start learning about that, check out my other channel. And I would also like to say, pretty please like and subscribe. Please be leaving comments on the videos because I read all of your comments. I want you to know, I think you probably already know this, but I was you. I know what it's like to come out of the cult. I know the shock that we feel. I know the anger and the resentment over being lied to. I know what it feels like to feel like you wasted your life, like you missed out on careers, like you missed out on education, you missed out on opportunities. I know what it's like to have to recreate an entirely new community from scratch with all of our beliefs that we had about what the world is like and our lack of trust and the skepticism that we have. I know that. I lived it. And these videos too, they're not just for Jehovah's Witnesses. It's anybody that's coming out of a high control religion. It could be Mormon, it could be Islam, it could be some other fundamentalist Christian religion, or there are even members of the Jewish faith that are highly controlled. Anybody that's coming out of that high control world, these videos are for you because I was you. We may not have had the exact same beliefs, but we came from the same culture. We came from the same culture of information control. We came from the same culture of mind control. And now that we've taken that off, now that we're out of that box and we've taken off the shackles, now you have the opportunity to transform your life and rebuild it in the way that you want. So I hope these videos help. And if you need personal help, please let me know. I love you all, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah.